For months, I've been talking about the media missing the moment, being absent, failing at their jobs. They are the only occupation listed in the United States Constitution as being protected, the free press. And they're failing the American people. They are failing that protection. They are taking advantage, taking for granted that protected status. And I have had criticism for the lot of them, Jake Tapper included. But every once in a while, Jake Tapper comes out, and I think maybe he's realizing it. Maybe he's a Dollemore daily viewer. I doubt that's the case. But maybe some of the criticism that is receiving is starting to sink in, and he's starting to see the writing on the wall. He's starting to see more clearly what the stakes are. Because yesterday, after Kamala Harris's town hall with Anderson Cooper on CNN, he made a statement. This was at 10:43 p.m. Eastern time, 7:43 West Coast time. And I tell you the time because it's after something that Dana Bash said, and I'm going to share that with you too. But first, here's Jake Tapper talking about how we in the media are critiquing answers of Kamala Harris as though she's a regular political candidate, while Donald Trump is just running amok and promising to be a dictator on day one and an authoritarian and rounding up people in mass deportation events. He's starting to get it, which gives me hope that maybe others in the media are too. Watch this with Jake Tapper.
You know, it strikes me what's interesting about the moment we're in right now is that we in the media are treating Vice President Harris like we treat a normal politician, and we're critiquing her answers, and we're talking about, well, she could have said this differently, she could have said that differently. Meanwhile, the Republican nominee literally is talking about liberals being the enemy within, talking about using the military to go after these people. His defenders say, oh, no, he's talking about going after illegal immigrants, or he's going after mobs in the street. And Trump will say, no. I mean, going after the Pelosi's, going after Adam Schiff, going after Democrats. And these campaigns are in two different universes.
Yep. And to really drive this home, this thing that he's saying, here's a mashup, again, from CNN. I got this actual clip from Republican Voters Against Trump, the Twitter account. It's like Accountable GOP or something is their handle. This is what he's talking about. It's all the things in a row, not spread out across many months from Donald Trump, to really drive home the thing that the media is failing when they treat Kamala Harris on an equal playing field of danger or benefit with Donald Trump. Watch Donald Trump talk about poisoning the blood of the country and rounding up the enemy from within and all the other nonsense that he says.
We pledge to you that we will root out the communists, Marxists, fascists, and the radical left thugs that live like vermin within the confines of our country.
Now, a murderer, I believe this, it's in their genes. And we got a lot of bad genes in our country right now.
They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. They poison mental institutions and prisons all over the world. They're ruining our country. And it's true. They're destroying the blood of our country. That's what they're doing. They're destroying our country. They don't like it when I said that. And I never read Mein Kampf. They said, oh, Hitler said that in a much different way.
They're destroying the blood of the country. I never read Mein Kampf. Thanks for volunteering that. They say Hitler said that. They say. So the reason I mentioned the timeline is that this statement from Jake Tapper was at 10:43 p.m. Eastern time. At 10:11, a half hour earlier, Dana Bash said this, obviously not waking up to the reality on the ground.
Well, I'll just tell you what I'm hearing from people who I have been talking to, and that is that if her goal was to close the deal, they're not sure she did that. And, you know, some people have asked, is she being held to a different standard? Maybe, but that's maybe the world that she's living in.
She's living in that world, Dana Bash, because you continue to place her there. She's living in that world because you and your colleagues in the mainstream media are missing the moment. madam, missing the moment. You are creating parity between an Adolf Hitler-like character and a normal, regular politician with a passion for making lives better in America. You're at fault here. You're at least partially to blame here. And so is your colleague, all your colleagues around you, Jake Tapper, up to and including. Now, great that he's finally maybe waking up, maybe. But when you see all this laid out, it makes it so self-evident that Kamala Harris has an impossible task ahead of her, being black, being a woman, and being a presidential candidate. When you've got the party of racism and white supremacy on one side being given second look and second look and second look by the media, being given second chance, being explained away, being given, what are they doing? And then you've got Kamala Harris, who has to live up to their impossible standard while they act like, well, yeah, Donald Trump, he's also just a normal candidate. While he talks about dispatching the military against enemies from within. Extended long-term prison sentences for people who are Democrats and donors of the campaign. Talks about terminating the Constitution of the United States of America and being a dictator on day one. But yeah, they're the same. I don't think she won it. From the people I'm talking to, who the f*** are you talking to, Dana Bash? Name some names or shut the f*** up. How about that? Too harsh? Let me know. You can comment below. You can also call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, email me, daily@dollemore.com. I'm getting tired. Very tired. This election has very much taken out of me, and I'm sure if I'm feeling that way, you're feeling that way too. It'll all be over soon. I know. Follow me on social media. You can cheer me up there. I am at Dollemore everywhere. I'd love to see you. And I will see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.